Hi everyone, and welcome to the BinarX Student Payload Development Program Week 34, setting up STM32CubeIDE and migrating from Arduino IDE. So today all we're going to do is walk you through downloading and installing STM32CubeIDE and setting up what's called a myst.com account, which you'll need to be able to save your projects properly. So effectively, we are moving over from the integrated development environment that you've been using, which was Arduino in the last year, into STM32CubeIDE, or Integrated Design Environment. So it's a more advanced IDE than the Arduino that we've been working with last year, but we're going to walk you through it step by step to make sure that it's all ready to go. We're not going to do any coding or anything today, just want to make sure it's set up and installed correctly so you can get right into your coding and setting up your software for your payloads in term 2. All right. So first thing you want to do is navigate to www.st.com/en/development-tools/stm32CubeIDE. The link should be in your lesson plan for this week. And then just click on there where you've got Get Software. You're going to select the correct version for what you need. Mac OS users, I apologize in advance. It's not super user-friendly on a Mac, so if you do have access to a Windows-based or even a Linux-based computer, but more likely Windows-based, I suggest you use that, but it is still usable on Mac. It's just not perfect, so you click which Get Latest that you want, whether you're a Windows user or a Mac user. So Windows here, Mac here. And there's a license agreement. Feel free to read it. And then click Agree. So what's going to happen now is if you've got an existing myst account, now some of you might, particularly those of you who have done the summer holiday program with us, you can log in. If you don't have a myst account, click here. And this will be the next screen that you see. Fill in all your details. For company, university, you can use your school, Curtin University, or BinarX. It's up to you. And then wait for the email. So it will take a while for it to come through to your email. And then once you do that, you can click on Download Now, and that will take you to the link for the software that you've selected, whichever version, and then you'll download and install the software. Now, if you are on a school computer, hopefully this is already installed for you, because I don't believe students have permission to install software on lab computers, but if you're using your own device, this is the steps that you would follow. Now, this is the part that's a little bit hidden. Now you've got a link. Make sure you logged into your myst.com account in the software. So you've got STM32CubeIDE open, and you go up to Help. You scroll down to STM32Cube Updates and Connection to myst. So you click on that, and it will prompt you to log in. If you've already done this and it's already linked, then it will say clear. Clear user data, but if that's already there, you're already logged in. But if you're not logged in, you'll log in here. So do make sure that you save your username and password somewhere, that you're not going to lose it. You can recover it later, but best to keep it on hand. So now, once you've done all that, we're going to make sure that you've installed the software correctly and that you are connected to your myst account. And this will all work smoothly if that is the case. So what you're going to do is go up to the File menu and go New. And then you're going to click on STM32 project. So you're going to create a new project. And then this window will come up. And what you'll do is you'll click where you've got your commercial part number here. You will type in L433CBT7. Now don't worry, this is the chip that we use. But we're just going to start getting you set up. And then you'll click on that down here. Once it should only be the one showing, and then click Next. And then it's going to do a bunch of stuff. And then it's going to ask you to set up the new STM32 project. You don't need to really change anything. The only thing you want to do is make a note of this path where you're saving it, because you're going to need, especially if you're on a shared computer, you're going to need to back up your project files. So make a note of this file path. So you can save that on your desktop or wherever you want to save it on your personal computers, that's fine. But if you're on a lab computer, save it somewhere that you're going to be able to back it up to a USB at the end of your class time. Then it's going to do a bunch of stuff, and this should pop up. So this is, you can recognize this thing here. This is our microchip with pins as it looks on the board. Don't freak out. We'll get more into this later. but click on any pin. I've selected PB10, so just click on it singly, and you'll get a little menu pop up, and you'll get all the different functions that that pin can be. If you've been following along, you'll remember that pins can do many different things. So I've just selected GPIO input, and then what's going to happen is that pin should change color. It may be green, it may be yellow, it depends on what you've selected. But now, since we've made a change, it's going to let us save the project. So click over here and save. And then it should try and build. It should go through a whole bunch of things. If you don't get any errors and it's saved, then we should be good, and you've installed the software correctly, and you've linked your account, myst.com account correctly. So that's all you need to do for today, other than backing it up. So if you're on a shared computer, if you're on your own computer and device, that's fine. It's not going to get deleted. But if you're on a computer that deletes your files when you log out, you go back to where this is from where we set it up. That file path, navigate to that file path in your Windows Explorer, right click on the project folder. So, if it was your payload team name or whatever you named your project, then this menu will come up, send to compressed file, and then zip your project folder up. That'll just keep all the files in one place so you don't lose anything, because there's all kinds of linked files. And then when it does zip it up, I usually put the date at the beginning. So year, month, date. So today being 25/03/24, and then zip. So then if you want to do this sort of every time you do a lot of work on it, you can actually save old versions of it. If you need to go back, if something happens to code one day, then you've got steps that you can go back through, maybe a week or two past, so you don't lose all your software. And having that date in there it makes it really easy to sort them and find the most recent one. That's it. If you are on a shared computer, pop that onto a USB stick. And then the next time you come to work on your software or your project, make sure you move that zip file off of your USB drive and unzip it somewhere like the desktop, and then do the whole process again at the end when you finish for the day. Don't open your software from a USB drive. We found when we've done this before with students on lab computers and USB thumb drives, if you're working off that, quite often it'll get corrupted. So move it all over first onto a desktop. So that's it. That's all we want you to do today. We're getting ready for next week. Next week, we're going to prepare for critical design review. So that is your big milestone at the end of term 1, where we're just going to make sure that you've got your circuit hardware diagram ready, that you've got all of your physical components, and that you've done a bill of materials. So we'll go through that checklist, show you an example next week. And we're just going to be doing in-school visits, or if we have to, teams, to make sure you've got everything ready to go. So great work, and I have been getting emails, so that's fantastic. Thank you so much, everyone. I'm answering them as quick as I can. If I haven't emailed you back in a few days, please chase me up. May have missed it, but yeah, we're really pleased to see all of your progress, and thank you so much. We'll see you next week. Bye.